Welcome to your daily tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for anyone who needs to hear it. So if you're watching this, it's because you were drawn to it, and this message is for you. If you want zodiac sign specific messages, then those messages are over on my premier channel, Born Without Boundaries Tarot. They come out every single week. This is an energy reading. I work with astrology, tarot, and oracle cards to tap into the energies. Hey. How's everybody doing? I didn't eat breakfast. I think I'm still on California time, to be honest with you. Hey guys, what's up? I'm glad your phone's working, Ruthie. I have to keep this one kind of short today. I have to keep my phone helping me stay aware. We can check the astrology. Where is the moon? The moon is in Cancer today, I believe. Yes, because today's Thursday. The moon entered Cancer at 11:30 a.m. this morning. Where I am, that's the East Coast time. So that's about 8 o'clock in the morning over on the West Coast. The color of the day is green. Call on the ant for strength, industry, and cooperation. Check that out. Today is a good day to do your planting. This is from Llewellyn's Witch's Date Book, by the way. All right, so let's look at the astrology today. Thursday the 7th. Well, this is interesting. So Venus has moved into Pisces. And I got some comments on people. I don't know. Venus in Pisces is very rose-colored glasses energy. The negative and the positive of that. In that it's a wonderful time to dream, for your mind to open, to be really, to be passionate about life and to find joy. This is a time when you could really have the ability to find joy in anything, even find the silver lining in really bad things. So it can be beautiful energy, but it can also be very self-deceptive. It could be only seeing the good while not weighing the bad aspects as well. And so, people you meet during this time, you could fall passionately in love with, but have you fallen passionately in love with the glamour of them or their true selves? Because everybody has shadows, right? Everybody has a little dirt under their nails. So it's a beautiful time. It is remarkable energy to allow ourselves to feel joy, because we've been under a lot of stress. We've been under a lot of pressure, and we still will be. We have a full moon that's coming up. There are still some pressure points that are going to be hit, but ultimately, the last 2 weeks in April are going to be quite lovely. And this starts that loveliness. Really pretty stuff. And so, I would say, don't be afraid of this. Embrace it. Like, love this energy of love that's coming in now. This is also a really good time where people will be less quantifying and more intuitively qualifying. So, if you have found yourself to be a person who has more career experience in terms of your career, more experience from on the job experience than educational experience, that would be more appreciated now. Why? Because they're not looking for particulars now as much as how they feel about you on the interview. right? That could be something that opens up for you right now, opens up opportunities for you. So, don't underestimate it. It could be really beautiful stuff. There does tend to be that aspect, however, of just overindulging by not seeing by not seeing all the aspects. So how do we have all the aspects of somebody or the situation? So how do we handle that? Well, especially because Venus rules value, she rules money. What I would recommend, because she feels very cozy and comfy in Pisces, just a very beautiful, romantic, spiritual energy, where you can focus this energy on spirituality, like the value of somebody's spirituality, the value of somebody's morality, instead of just the value of somebody's, pocketbook, or seeing yourself as valuable because of your pocketbook. Instead, seeing yourself as valuable for other reasons. I think, as in all times, like, definitely have your spending purse and have your main purse, right? Have the purse that your bills get paid out of, and have that purse that's your fun money, and take it to the casino and blow $500 if that's in your fun money. If 5,000 is in your fun money, blow that, as long as it's money that you've put away to just have fun with it. Like, it could be a time where you get overspendy. So it's really good just because you're very comfortable. However, Venus in Pisces isn't always just finding the value in material things. It's finding value in spiritual things that don't cost much. This is a time when you'll really notice the sound of the waves and just fall in love with the rhythm that it creates. This is the time when, the best dates will be walks along a beach instead of $2,000 dinners with bottles of expensive champagne. This is the time when you'll find a lot of beauty in spiritual things and poetry, music, and that could be as simple as dancing in the street, but not a busy street, but or dancing down the sidewalk, to a tune that's in your head. And this could be that kind of beautiful time. However, watch the traffic lights. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, it's like, it's not that it's just that right now things could feel so good. You get distracted from the reality that you still have to live in. So if you can keep yourself grounded in any way, especially spiritual, especially spiritual. Maybe it's through spirituality that we can be grounded right now. That sense of being one with the world, and so you don't miss the traffic lights that you need to see, right? Because you have the ability to be more harmonious with things now. So that could be very beautiful energy. But there's always an awareness that you need to have, especially because Neptune and Jupiter are there too, and they're very optimistic and expansive. And later on, I think later on when Venus is conjunct, let's see when that happens. Jeez. Hold on. Okay, so Venus and Neptune are in perfect conjunction toward the end of this month on April 27th. And Mars is in Pisces at that point too, which is a very weak position for it. And they're within 3 degrees of Jupiter at this time as well. Hold on. Interesting. Venus and Jupiter conjunct May 1st. Perfectly. Okay. Stop. So later on this month, we get the really, really romantic kind of, I gotta say, this is the time to fall in love, man. This is the time when you just will have those memories, and it will. And if you're in love, let's put it this way: if you're in love with somebody that you already know, and you've already qualified them, this is going to be a really beautiful time for your relationship. It's just going to be so nice. Well, you'll really be able to enjoy each other and relieve a lot of that stress and find a lot of stress relief in each other. So really not bad stuff. For new relationships, this could be, this is the relationship that sweeps you off your feet. And for the next month, you're just going to kind of be like in heaven. And you're not even going to remember that Earth exists, that kind of energy. Now, in terms of work and getting jobs, this could be the time when you, even without trying, just align yourself with a job that you really love. Because this is one of Pisces' greatest strengths, is that they don't separate reality from fantasy. They live it. And that's why they're such great manifestors. They lose themselves in what they dream to the point of they dream it out loud. So it could be a wonderful time for manifestation and relieving our doubts. Because we're so caught up in the believing of it, we forget to doubt. And yeah, that could lead to a lot of bumps and scrapes. And like I said, watch out for those street lights. Don't run into a busy road or anything like that. But it can also be that time when a lot of us who have trouble getting over our fears or getting outside of our comfort zones, our comfort zone opens way up. That can help a lot. Let's get into the cards. How's everybody doing? I didn't mean to ignore everybody. Hey, Earl. Hey, Megan, spot on. Oh, thank you so much, Megan. Oh, happy pre-birthday, Ruthie. Happy birthday to you. I'm going to join the gym. Oh, you go, girl. You go, girl. Excellent. It's a beautiful day. The best way to celebrate your birthday is celebrate yourself and celebrate the life you have. Hey, Jenna. Hello to Virgo in Cincinnati. Hello to you. Hey, nice to see you too, Hope. So let's get into this. Oh, why am I picking up the extras? Oh, okay. So I set the intention that whatever is gained from the lessons learned from these tools that I'm using will be dedicated to the growth of all beings and in all places. Spirit, what do you have to tell me today? We have Queen of Wands. Confidence is high. Confidence up. Believing in yourself, focusing outside of yourself, really on your creative project. So it's not even focused on yourself. It's focused on your creative projects. This wonderful time to create. Seven of Swords, feeling undermined. Almost maybe feeling like nobody notices, or the perception of how you think other people view you is very different from how you're viewing yourself. And then the Lovers is here, which is Gemini energy. Interesting. I don't think you would see this coming with the Seven of Swords. Maybe Seven of Swords making you feel like you want to give up, right? Maybe somebody's given up on love or thinking of giving up on what they love. And then we have the Magician here, which is finding a way to make things happen and make things work and finding the magic inside yourself. Major Arcana is always going to outweigh Minor Arcana. So This is actually some great energy. But the question is Seven of Swords. I think you're feeling a little bit down, maybe feeling a little bit heavier on the self than what's actually going on. Maybe feeling undermined, right? When that's not really the case. King of Swords means there could be somebody delivering a message to you soon, or a message coming in, or just figuring things out and seeing things more clearly. King of Cups is our central energy. So feeling good about what we feel, feeling good about our feelings, and knowing that, almost like having a sense of quality control when it comes to our feelings, realizing that we don't have to share ourselves with anything. It's almost like you've learned quality. You've learned a higher quality or a higher set of standards. And then we have Eight of Wands. Everything seems to be slowed down. Opportunities are slowing down, or opportunities haven't come in, or maybe missed opportunities. Interesting about these missed opportunities that we then call to the Four of Wands is here. So finding a compatibility, or almost like the missed opportunities were a good thing because now we can get on with it. The Empress is here, which is abundance. And then we also have Princess of Pentacles in new opportunities and happiness. So overall, what I would say about this reading is, whatever you feel you've lost, let it go. Whatever you feel you have, however you feel you've been undermined or hurt or injured, honestly, it's a good time to, I don't know, it's not necessarily let it go, but yeah, it's a good time to move on from it. It's a good time to move on from it because there's actually something that's better for you coming in lieu of it. Right? There's an appreciation of you. It's like, thank God for missed opportunities, kind of. It's kind of what it's saying. Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. We say that a lot, but this has to do with being ready is what I heard. This has to do with being ready, with being prepared. Adjustments are required, and it's falling right on top of the Queen of Wands. So adjustments in who? Adjustments in ourselves, yes, but also adjustments in the external world. It's almost like people don't necessarily realize your value, which is why there's missed opportunities. But ultimately, that's helping you find the people that do recognize your value. Right? I told you you guys that story that I had heard on LinkedIn, I believe. Conclusions are within reach. So there are, it's almost like in some ways decisions are still being made. They're still on the table. Maybe you feel like, they haven't come through for you, but that's not true. I think there's still, it's still happening. So keep your spirit up. Major Arcana says this is still moving forward, progressive energy. So it may be challenging right now because you feel like you've lost, you've been treated like shit by somebody. Yeah, don't I know that? But ultimately, it's to spur you on to, things that really matter, and where you are cared for. Conclusions are within reach regarding a new opportunity. Yeah, I don't think things are as bad as they seem. I keep saying that, and I know that. I know it. Things are not as bad as they seem. The illusion is that everything's falling apart. It's not. But where is our focus? And that's what I would try to refocus you guys. I'm trying to look for where is your focus right now? Because everything isn't falling apart. Things are still very much more together than we assume. Eagle is here, but he's kind of convoluted. ultimately, I think that we're having trouble understanding what the universe is trying to tell us. This could also be a sense of a squashed ego or feeling defeated. See from a higher perspective, because that's what's causing our inability to see beyond our immediate pleasures or successes. And then High Priest is also fallen on its side, intend and create. So something has made us lose our momentum. Something has made us lose our enthusiasm, the enthusiasm that we once felt for something. And that could be because we feel like we're being ignored or we're not getting the validation back. And that's the time to reassess, well, do you really love what you're doing? Because if you really love what you're doing, it's really not about or contingent upon the validation of the external. And yes, I know we all need to make money. I hear you. I know that, absolutely. But ultimately, as long as you're still happy and you have your basic needs, there's a pleasure and success in that. And that's where you got to focus your viewpoint right now, because there are those external challenges. You know, Saturn, we just went over those, what I called those humps or those waves of Saturn with Venus and Mars the past 2 weeks. And coming up this week, the full moon, I believe, is going to be square to Pluto. So that could be another like bump in the road, or especially bump in our value systems and how we feel or how connected we feel. And we could get a lot of anger and frustration from that. And it's a full moon, though. So esoterically speaking, that's the time to release the anger. That's the time to release the times that we have. Because remember that the moon is cumulative. The moon is absorbative. It holds on to things. So it's like really a great time for it to pop and us to face the anger and release it and let it go. This moon will be in Libra. So especially upset, frustration, anger, hurt, sorrow, like feeling betrayed, feeling lied to anytime emotionally, especially in partnerships, right? It's a good time to sort of exorcise that coming up. And especially even if it's not in relationships like romantic relationships, it can be relationships with work or jobs or even other people. This is a good time right now in the next week to get ready to purge all of that and to come into some sort of not confrontation, but like confront. Yeah, it is confrontation, but not confrontational, but like just confront it. See it, know it, realize it, and realize it's not all of you. Realize it doesn't take mastery over you. Today is really about seeing how, in some ways, this sense of, because all the major arcana are beautiful. It's the minor arcana that are kind of fucked up. And it's like, why are you letting the peddly little everyday shit get in the way of seeing the beauty, the overall beauty that's really happening in your life? And what ways today can we understand and see how we're letting this piddly shit disconnect us from our ability to see the big stuff, the beautiful stuff, the happy stuff? Not just the happy stuff, the connectivity. We're allowing ourselves to be disconnected from disappointment, especially revolving around our creativity or how we think the world sees us. There's a sense of feeling like defeated in the way the world sees us. And yet in reality, there's so much love. The major arcana are all upright. They're all very powerful, beautiful. We have the Lovers, we have the Magician, we have the Empress. These are all beautiful, benefic, and abundant energies of how powerful we really are. And that the Seven of Swords is, we're focused on betrayal, or we're focused on what people have taken from us, or what we feel we weren't given, right? And then we're focused, Eight of Wands, on all the opportunities we missed. Well, what about the opportunities you have? What about all the opportunities? I just had this conversation with my son last night. He's telling me about all these issues and all these problems. And then at the very end of the conversation, he's telling me, oh, this guy came up to me and was like, I got this job and I got this opportunity. And I'm like, well, why aren't you focused on that? Why aren't you focused on the good stuff? Because the good stuff is actually fucking magical. And I said this like 4 weeks ago. What the universe is taking away from you now, it's like the universe is more benefic than you think, because the stuff that it's ripping away from you is the stuff that was distracting you. It's the stuff that was making you forget what you're really good at. It's so gently trying to focus you and reposition you toward what you're actually going to love in life. And it's being, relatively speaking, especially over the past 3 years, very gentle. Even Saturn, who is not usually gentle at all, has been relatively gentle with these conjunctions to Mars and Venus, relatively gentle with, he's not getting his whip out. It's not the fucking cat and nine tails of 2019, 2020, and 2021, right? It's not that. It's the, I just want to talk to you and point some shit out. Okay, clean it up. That's like for some reason, daddy's not being nice right now. The paddle's still hung up on the wall. So it's like, maybe a little bit of what we need to really realize right now is where we've been spoiled. And instead of taking those times as blessings, we kind of made them into expectations and said, okay, this is the way that we okay. And it's nice to want life to be smooth, but it's not going to be smooth all the time. And just because it's not smooth all the time doesn't mean something's actually bad is happening, because check out all the progress that's still being made. Spring, changes are coming. It may be difficult for us to accept it because of the harshness of the winter, but changes are coming and there is beauty ahead. And we are now officially in springtime. More sunlight, right? We do. Make time for self-care. Taking care of yourself is essential right now. So that's a very good thing to do today. Was very happy to hear Ruthie say that. She sort of maybe predicted this card. This is beautiful energy. Make time for self-care. It's super, super important. Super important. I got to kind of like hurry up right now because I got to go pick up my mom. But let's get some angel cards, and then I gotta go. Because Kisses has her doctor's appointment. Yeah, she has a little bit of an ear infection, so I want to get that taken care of before we get back on the plane. Diversity is here. The world would be a boring place if we were all the same. And yeah, right now could be a time when you start to realize how limiting the the limitations of the external world compared to the optimism of you. And ultimately, it's not going to be easy to make those changes, but it's only through your optimism that you can take those steps toward making those long-term changes. Diversity. The world would be a boring place if we were all the same. Celebrate your uniqueness. You are special and much loved. And then we have anxiety. We, your angels, surround you with the healing light of amethyst. So today might be a good time to take your amethyst, or if you have a little amethyst stone or jewelry, and wear it close to you. Take a deep breath and breathe in this beautiful violet light. And we see this here too. Violet light. Feel your anxiety melting away. There is nothing to fear. There is only love. So from our angel messages, we're getting like, take care of yourself. If you feel like abandoned, if you feel disappointed in the way people have treated you, then this is a wonderful time to take care of yourself. Give yourself the love you feel is lacking from others. Lavender, amethyst, we have kyanite, purple energy around you to help kind of like connect you to that crown chakra energy to realize you're not disconnected at all. There's a higher thought process here, and if you can tap into it or at least intuitively trust it, this could heal some of the sadness that you're feeling, or disappointment that you're feeling, and realize that this is just sort of inspiration for you to catalyze work that needs to be done. So I got to get going, guys. I'm sorry to rush, but thank you so much for your presence and for supporting each other today. I will definitely come on in tomorrow too. And I was actually taking an astrology course this morning, so I will definitely be able to get on here earlier and stay on longer tomorrow. I love you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow.